Hi, this is our friend Scrappy Mania, and today I'm filming on location at my sister's house. So I'm over here on vacation for 2 weeks, or actually 1 week, and I'll be going back home. But I wanted to show you how to create a Cricut mat. My sister only has one Cricut mat, so I wanted to create another one using some of this placemat. It's a plastic placemat that you can get at IKEA. It's about the same thickness of the regular Cricut mat, so they're very similar in thickness. So actually it's probably the same thickness. And what you're gonna need for this project is that we found this tape, this Scotch tape, masking tape at Walmart, and it has a ruler on it. You're also gonna need some repositional adhesive. I have this ruler, Alpha ruler, because that will be this is a great ruler in order to get it nice and square. So you want to go ahead and cut your mat to size as a regular Cricut mat. We have a kernel rounder from We Are Memory Keeper. We also have the crocodile, and we're going to use it to punch a hole on top, so that way you can put it on a pegboard or hang it anywhere that you want to hang it. We're going to need packing tape, because what I did is we created a cover. So we took for the cover, you're going to need a page protector that you're going to use your Scotch adhesive on the edges, so that way they're easy to peel up, off and on. And also it needs to be a little larger, because the size of your mat is 14 by 12, or actually it's 14 by 13. So it's going to be a little larger than a sheet protector, so you're going to need a little overhang, and that's why I failed to do on this one. It fits exactly in the center. So the next one, we're going to go ahead and put some tape, so that way it's a little larger than the centerpiece or the center of your mat. And it's very sticky. So let me show you how to create this. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your Cricut mat and you want to position it on the back side of your placemat. This placemat, the front is too busy, so you really want to use the back of the placemat, the white area. So you're going to go ahead and measure. You're going to take your Sharpie and just measure it, or mark it. Mark your placemat. Okay. Once you have marked your placemat, you're going to go ahead and take your ruler and position it right. You need something that it's like a T ruler. You can use a T ruler. And just make sure you position it right on the line. You're going to take a craft knife and just slice it. You want to make sure it's nice and square. You got to make sure you're square. So I think I'm square here. Okay. Oop. It moves.
You need tape.
Yeah, the last time we did, we just taped it. So go ahead and tape this. Yeah, go ahead and tape it. So that way it doesn't move. Okay, so once you have it taped, go ahead and cut it. And we taped it for the first one. We forgot to tape it for this one. Okay. Move it. Make sure it's nice and square. This square, tape it down. The first one, it was easier. Happy little accidents. So you gotta go ahead and cut it. I'll take the next one. Is it squared? I think it's square.
I think the light is a matrix on the floor.
Yeah, I think it's square. And then cut it.
Well, over there that's going crazy.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And the last one. Tape it down so it won't move.
Right in the middle. I think he needs to put it in the middle.
Right there. Is it good?
Yeah.
Right there, and then just. Okay. So now that you have it cut, what you want to do is you want to mark it, so that way you need to mark on the 12-inch side, let's see, or the 13-inch side. The 13-inch side, you want to go in 1/2 inch on each side. And that's where you're going to place, actually I should use the thinner one. Let me show you what I'm doing. So you're going to go at the 1/2 inch side. And this is where you're going to place the tape. This way. Okay. So I'm not going to do the 14-inch side, so just on the 13-inch side you're going to put the tape. And so let's go ahead and get our masking tape, and you want to cut it to 12 inches. Go ahead and cut 12 inches. And you want to do it this way? So go ahead, and you may need 2 people to do this. And you want to mark it, let's see, it was 1 inch in. So right here, I'm going to go from 1 inch in to 1 inch on each side. And you want to position this right on the line here, and in between your two 1 inch down, 1 inch in from each side. And then we're going to turn it over. Go ahead and pull it. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and measure 1 inch from the top, and then 1 inch from the bottom. And then you have the one inch on the bottom. So here we're going to go ahead and put it the other way. Oh yeah, you got the other way. This is 12 inches actually, 1 inch, and this is 12. Then you start from 1 inch here to 12. So that way when you rotate your mat, you can still see the ruler on each side. And the good thing about making it out of placemats is that eventually, if this gets all dirty, like the old Cricut mat that she has, is kind of needs a little cleaning and it needs a little TLC. For the placemat, you can easily wash this and then reapply the repositional adhesive. And I'm using paper adhesive repositional from Royal Coat. So now we already have the marking from 1 inch on each side. So you're going to go ahead and align. If you're using this Scotch tape from Walmart, it's actually 1 inch wide, so that's perfect. Just line it up with the edge and let's put it in between those lines. And then you're going to do the same thing there. And actually, let's go ahead, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put a little arrow just like the Cricut, so that way we know it feeds in from this side, from the 13-inch side instead of the 14-inch, which is this is the 14-inch side. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and take our crocodile. And this is optional if you want to go ahead and have a rounded edge. So we're going to take our rounded edge, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch. You can use 1/2 inch if you want. And just go ahead and round off the corners. After that's done, we can go ahead and take our crocodile, and I'm going to use the 3/16 of an inch, and I'm just going to punch where the 6 is. And again, it's optional. Right there. The last thing you want to do is go ahead and place your adhesive. So let's go ahead and move all this out. Here you are. That one. That one. Okay, so now what we want to do, go ahead and clean your mat. Make sure it's nicely clean. And I'm going to take some of this repositional glue and place a good amount on my mat. And any kind, you can take a sponge, brush, or whatever you have, and just put the glue right in between these lines. Don't go over, because you don't want any adhesive on your tape. You mainly want to contain the adhesive right inside the mat. It's going to be super adhesive when you first use it. So you can use something, usually on the new mats they tell you to take a cloth or fabric and go on it with the fabric to take away some of the adhesiveness. We're going to test a prototype to see if you need to do that or not. We'll go ahead and use it to cut something out and see how much adhesive does it have, if it destroys the die cut that we create, or if you need to do that. You can also use spray adhesive if you want, but if you use spray adhesive, make sure you cover your masking tape so that way it doesn't get the overspray.
Or you can put the masking tape on after.
Or you can put that masking, that's true, you can put the masking tape after you spray your whole mat. Okay, you're going to let this dry. So the next thing I want to show you how to do is to put a cover for that mat. So I want to show you how to create this. So you want to go ahead and make a better job than I did the last time, and you want a little overhang. Okay, so we ran out of packing tape, so we are going to go with duct tape. Is that big enough? And the best way is to lay it first on the upside down, then place your plastic on top, and then fold it over. That one came out better. Then you want to put another one here. Should we cut these? Go ahead and cut the edges here. Very sticky.
It's stuck on it.
Yep. So make sure you get it aligned, nice, hopefully as straight as you can get it, and then just fold it over. I know, it's very sticky. finger caught. There. Okay. So now, I'm not going to bring the other, it's drying, so I'm not going to bring it over, but as you can see, it will fit perfect on the mat and it will protect it so that way you don't have glue, other things sticking to it. So now we're going to trowel it out on our Cricut. Okay, so now we got ready to cut, and it adheres pretty nicely. So I have glitter paper. This is die cut with a view glitter paper on one side. This is regular cardstock from Walmart. This is another cardstock. This is from the Hobby Lobby, or actually Joann's. And this is die cut with a view cardstock. So we're going to first cut out the glitter paper, and notice that it fits perfect on our track because it's 13 inches. So we're going to go ahead and feed it. Okay, so now we went ahead and loaded up our Cricut, and we have an image. It's just going to be a simple leaf. So the trick for this is you got to go ahead and butt it against your wheels here, and then give it a little pressure. Then click on your arrow. It's going to feed it in. Now we're going to go ahead and click on the C, and it will cut it. Now the thing that I noticed is because we just put this V-positional adhesive, is very, very sticky. So you may want to go ahead and maybe take some flannel and put on top and remove some of the stickiness, because I'm going to show you in a second how sticky it is. So now I'm going to push it out and see how sticky it is. It's really sticky. But it's perfect for this cardstock. Look how well it cuts. It's like perfect. Oops. Okay. There is some adhesive in the back. Nope. And that, you know, if you let it dry, we just did it because of the video. It hasn't been sitting as well. But if you leave it overnight, and then if you want, you can go over it with flannel to kind of remove some of the stickiness. That will also help. But it's perfect now. If you want to cut fabric, now is the time to cut fabric because it's very sticky. It's perfect for that. So now we're going to do the next image, and I'm going to go ahead.
That's too big.
Right now, we're going to, so we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3 and a half. So 5 by 3 and a half. So we're going to remove the image. We're going to move it over. We're going to resize it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
After the 7?
7, yep.
How's that?
And then maybe bring it down a little bit.
No, it should be okay.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead, and this is regular cardstock. So we're going to have to move it. You want me to move the dial to cardstock? So we're going to move the
to light cardstock.
To light cardstock, because this is light cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and put it in between the tracks. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure. I'm going to click on the arrow. Let it feed it in. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the Cricut. And let's see. And see how it's perfect? Because we do have that tape that has the measurement, we were able to really see where the position is going to be on our virtual Cricut mat. So I'm going to remove that. And let's go ahead. The cardstock is very, very adhesive. So I'm going to remove this. And look how beautiful it cuts. I really like it. Works perfect. Okay. Again, you may want to, you know, get rid of some of the adhesive. You know, use a flannel to go over it. But it works pretty nicely. Now, the next one we're going to go ahead, she's going to go ahead and position it. And we see that it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, like around 3.5 down. Up to actually 3.5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 4. It's below 4. and 7.5. And we're gonna move it over. It's actually between, because we have the marking. See, because of putting the 1 here and then to 12, and then on the bottom we went ahead and did 1 to 12. We kind of put it opposite on each side, so I can look down here and see that it's between like 5.25 up to 9.5. And we can position it on the virtual mat on our Cricut app, Design Studio. Is it ready?
It's above 7.
It's above 7, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so let's see how well our markings are. So I'm going to go ahead and load.
Let's see how well I put it.
And
1, 2, 3, 4. I need to put it really low.
okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut. It's loaded. We're going to click on the C for the Cricut, and let's see how well it cuts it. Yep, you have it just perfect. Perfect. Now we got to go ahead and unload it. And this was just a little thicker cardstock, so we still have it on light cardstock. Very sticky again, so you may want to use some flannel, or you may want to use this mat. Will be perfect to cut fabric, and then after you get some of the stickiness off, you can go ahead and use paper for it. So I'm going to go ahead and now, using the measurements, this is actually 8, so it's between 8 and 5.25 to 11. Okay, I'm going to load it. And
You need to change the cardstock.
we're going to change it to cardstock because it's a little more heavier weight. And I'm going to click on the C for Cricut, and it's going to feed it. Perfect.
Careful, guys. Don't touch. Don't touch.
It's going to go on the other side. Okay. We're going to go ahead and remove this. And look how beautiful it cuts. It really cuts very nicely. Again, you're going to go ahead and use your spatula and remove it. Look at that. Perfect. So, perfect mat. So I hope I gave you an idea of how you can take some of these placemat that you get at IKEA for really inexpensive, or if you find it at a dollar store. The big thing that you need to keep in mind, it needs to be thin. It cannot be very thick. And how you can get some tape, Scotch tape that has markings, put it on the side, and you can create your own cutting mat. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.